everybody. Dave here with a response to a thread that Chris at Blue Sky Vinyl shared today, and just kind of inspired me to do my own take on the thread. And it's just to show your favorite artists and the albums from A to Z. So I'm going to kick things off with the letter A, and this is Dan Auerbach's album, Waiting on a Song. This is a great album, came out in 2017. It's just kind of a soul, neo-soul album. It's got some great tracks on it. Here's a picture of the back, and there's a picture of Dan with the late, great John Prine. B, the Black Crowes, and this is their album, The Southern Harmony and Musical Companion. This came out in '92. I really like the song Remedy. It's my favorite Black Crow song. And you got songs like Sting Me and Thorn in My Pride as well. Excellent, excellent album from the Black Crowes. C, I'm going with The Cure, and this is their album Disintegration. I've talked about it before in some of my videos. Just a fantastic album from The Cure, and one of my, definitely my favorite album. For D, I'm going with Depeche Mode and the album Violator. It's got some classics on it. World in My Eyes, Personal Jesus, Enjoy the Silence, Policy of Truth. My favorite album from Depeche Mode. E, going with ELO. And this is the album Out of the Blue. It's got some classic songs, Turn to Stone, Sweet Talking Woman, Mr. Blue Sky. Yeah. ELO from Jeff Lynne. F, this is one I'm not sure I've shared before. This is Florence and the Machine and her album Lungs. I really like Sharon. I really like Florence. She's got some really great vocals. She writes some really great songs. Some songs you may be familiar with off this is Dog Days Are Over, and I think Rabbit Heart was another single from this. Just a great album. She puts a lot into it. A great vocalist. Florence and the Machine. G, one of my favorite bands from the 90s, Gem Blossoms. This is their album New Miserable Experience. It's got my favorite song from the Gem Blossoms, Hey Jealousy. It's got some other greats like Until I Fall Away and Found Out About You, Allison Road. Just a solid album from the Gem Blossoms. H, I'm going with the albums that came out posthumously. And this is Jimi Hendrix, Valleys of Neptune. It's got my favorite song from Hendrix on here, Stone Free. I really like Hear My Train Comin', Sunshine of Your Love is a cover that he does. Red House, another one of my favorites from Jimi Hendrix, and Crying Blue Rain, a great track on this album as well. So Jimi Hendrix, Valleys of Neptune. For I, I'm going with Interpol, and this is their album Our Love to Admire. Really fond of the song Rest My Chemistry and the Heinrich Maneuver. Great album from, I think his name's Paul Banks from Interpol. J, this is a band that I wish were still around, but this is Jet and their second album, Shine On. It's got some really great tracks on this one as well. Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is, Bring It On Back, one of my personal favorites from the album. King's Horses, the title track Shine On, and Skin and Bones is another great one. Okay, Kula Shaker. This is an album that came out in the mid-90s, I want to say. Lead singer's name is Crispian Mills, and he is the son of the actress Hayley Mills. This is the album that I discovered the band, and they had a single on MTV. I think it was Hey Dude, and then they also had another one called Tatva. Very psychedelic. It's got a lot of Eastern Indian influences in music, so cool shaker. L, I had to go with Led Zeppelin, and this is Houses of the Holy. I could have shown any of their albums. This is just one that I really like a lot. Dancing Days is a great one. Over the Hills and Far Away is another one. Just a fantastic album from Led Zeppelin. M, this is where I'm not sure I've shown either, but this is Mount Joy. They are a fairly new band. Really like the song Silver Lining. Jenny Jenkins is another great song on this one. Astrovan, just a great album. They are, I guess, folk pop, I guess you would call them. But check them out if you're not familiar with Mount Joy. Look up Jenny Jenkins. It's a great song. All right, on to N. Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds, and this is his debut album as a solo artist. A lot of the tracks on this, were, of course, were ones that I had heard demos before, and it was just finally good to hear them in a complete studio polished version. A lot of great tracks on this. I mean, really, there's not a bad one on here. My favorite so far from Noel Gallagher and the High Flying Birds. Oh, I'm going with Our Lady Peace, and this is her album Clumsy, another one of my favorite albums from the 90s. This has the hits Superman's Dead, 4 a.m., Clumsy, just a great album from the Canadian band Our Lady Peace. P, I'm going with the Pixies, and this is their album Surfer Rosa. I think it's what it's called, right? Surfer Rosa? Yeah. It's got the classic track on here, Where's My Mind? Bone Machine's another great one. Gigantic. Vamos is good. And this is one that I discovered late, but I really do like the Pixies and Frank Black and his sound. Q, this is one I've shown lots of times, but this is Queens of the Stone Age and their album Q. Just excellent stuff from Josh Homme and the boys. My favorite track on this one is The Vampire of Time and Memory. I also really like If I Had a Tail, and My God Is the Sun is another good one. So, Queens of the Stone Age and the album Q. R is a band called The Royal Blood. I discovered them, what is this, 2014? Yeah, 6 years ago. Dave Grohl was going on about them, how they were one of his favorite new bands. I looked them up on YouTube. Really like their sound. They're a two-piece band, but they are kind of heavier rock, but great stuff from Royal Blood. The track that really kind of got me into them was Out of the Black, but there's some really good ones on here like Figure It Out and Come On Over. 10 Ton Skeleton's another great one off this one. So, Royal Blood. S, I'm going with Silverchair, and this is their album Neon Ballroom. Just recently got this album. It's one I've liked for years. Came out originally in '99. I'm really a big fan of the track Anna's song, Open Fire. This was the album that I was introduced to Silverchair. I mean, I'd heard songs from Frog Stomp and Freak Show, but this is the album that really kind of piqued my interest in the band. T, I'm going with Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, and this is the album Dan the Torpedoes, a classic. Everyone knows about this album, so no need to try to spit out useless facts about this album. U2 or Keith Urban, and I figured people will probably know more about U2 than Keith Urban. So I'm going with the Joshua Tree. Classic album from the band. I know U2's very popular in the BC. V, I'm going with Sharon Van Etten. This came out last year. This was my #1 release from last year. Some great stuff. This is her album, Remind Me Tomorrow. This is Sharon. And here's the track listing. Looking forward to getting some new stuff from Sharon Van Etten. She is, for me, an artist to watch. W, I'm going with Butch Walker. And this is his album, I think this is called The Spade, right? No, it's just called Butch Walker and the Black Widows. Great album. There's a fun track on this one called Synthesizers. It's kind of a play on Dexy's Midnight Runners, Come On Eileen. Really like Butch Walker. He's an excellent singer-songwriter. He's produced a lot of albums for other artists, and he's written lots of songs for other artists. So this is Butch Walker and the Black Widows. The only X I have in my collection. This is a maxi single from Ecstasy. It has the track Dear God on it, which is why I bought it. But also has Extrovert, Earn Enough for Us, and Grass. So, Ecstasy. For Y, I'm going with another one of my favorite singer-songwriters, and this is Pete Yorn. This is his debut album, Music for the Morning After. Lots of great tracks on this one. Again, another album that I feel like there isn't a bad song on it. Some of my personal favorites are Strange Condition, Life on a Chain, Black, For Nancy, Closet, Easy. Again, not a bad track on this album. So this is Pete Yorn. And for Z, I could have gone with the Zac Brown Band, ZZ Top, or the Zombies. And I chose the Zombies, and this is their album Odyssey and Oracle. My favorite on this one is A Rose for Emily. This Will Be Our Years, another great song. And of course, the timeless classic, Time of the Season. So that's gonna do it. There's my list of favorite artists and their albums from A to Z. I could have shown so many more, as it was hard to just pick one artist in certain letters of the alphabet. But yeah, that's my list. So hope everyone's doing well, and until next time, take care. Thanks.